So you might wonder why you would put oatmeal in your meatballs. A couple of reasons I would suggest. Number one, you're getting more whole grains into your family's diet. Whole grains are really heart healthy and provide a lot of good nutrients for us. The other reason is you're going to get more meatballs out of your recipe. This is a pound of ground beef. By adding the oats, you're getting a lot more meatballs for your family as well when you make them. Okay, we're getting started making peanut butter granola bars. Need a half a cup of old-fashioned oats. You can buy this Quaker oatmeal with your WIC card. It's an 18-ounce whole grain. You can also buy Quick Oats with your WIC card too. This one is a 16-ounce one we found at Walmart. So it doesn't remove quite as much whole grain from your card. But for this granola bar, we need the old-fashioned oats. So a half a cup of your old-fashioned oats. Half a cup of almonds. If you liked a different kind of nut in yours, that would be fine. I'm using a half a cup of cranberries. You could use raisins as well. This is a baked granola bar, so I'm not so sure you'd want to use chocolate chips because they would be melty and kind of weird, but there's lots of different granola bar recipes. Some are baked, some aren't. So hopefully you'll like this one today. Making our peanut butter mixture to finish up our granola bars. And what we have in here is a half a cup of brown sugar. You need to pack your brown sugar into a measuring cup. Pack it down really good. Should turn into a nice little mold when you take it out. On top of that, I think it's a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. We got a half a cup of peanut butter. Same thing, you just want to put your peanut butter in your measuring bowl and smash it down and then scoop it out as best you can. I use 3 tablespoons of butter because I forgot that it was supposed to be oil, but you can use oil or butter. And then there's 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And you might think salt is kind of weird in a granola bar, but oatmeal just doesn't have a lot of flavor, so it really helps to have salt in there as well. So we're gonna warm this up like your recipe says. See how this has gotten nice and thin. You don't boil it, you just get everything looking like a little nice creamy mixture. And then it says we need to put in 1 egg white. So the way I separate an egg is just using the egg itself. So open it up like that, and then you can make your yolk go to the other side, and the white should just sort of fall away. They make egg separators. They're not real hard to find in like your kitchen gadgets. Now what are you gonna do with this yolk? You're gonna save it and you're gonna use it the next time you make scrambled eggs or the next time you make French toast. If you don't lose it. And then this is just getting whisked in here. And then here after a bit, we're gonna put it on top of our oats, cranberries, and nut mixture and bake it in the oven for 30 minutes at 300 degrees. So we're just supposed to pour that over our granola mixture. It's got a lot of peanut butter in it, so it's pretty high in protein. And we just stir this up. And it's supposed to be pressed into that pan over there. I don't know. I think if I made it again, I'd put a bit more oats in there. But we'll follow the recipe and see how it turns out. It's looking pretty yummy already, really. So who knew you could make your own granola bars? But really, there's lots of recipes out there you can try to make your own. Don't be too afraid to try. We've got how many WIC foods in here? We got an egg white, we've got oats, and we got peanut butter. So great way to use some of your WIC foods. Sometimes families say they have so much peanut butter they don't know what to do with it. Try making granola bars. I'm gonna spread it out all the way to the corners. Looks good, and we'll pop it in the oven and see how they turn out. if you ever see on a recipe, it's calling for parchment paper. You would just find it in the same area you find your foil and your wax paper and your saran wrap. It's just really nice paper that you can bake in up to, this one says 420, so you want to look at the label and see how hot of a dish you can cook, but it keeps you from having to clean the pan. You just take it right out and there's very little or no pan cleaning. Okay, now we've got some overnight oats that we're gonna make. For overnight oats, you wanna use the old-fashioned oats. It doesn't have to be Quaker, but you don't want it to be quick oats, so look for the overnight oats. You're gonna have some sort of milk. It could be dairy milk. We have soy milk and dairy milk because those are the two milks you could buy with your WIC card. But some people, in some of these recipes I have even used coconut milk. It's okay. And you can use almond milk, so whatever milk you want to use. Typically we use yogurt as well. Again, you could skip the yogurt if you want and just use all milk. So one big rule of thumb is you use 1 part oats and then a half part of your milk and a half part yogurt. So what in the world does that mean? That means if you started with a cup of oats, you'd use a half a cup of your dairy or your other milk and a half a cup of yogurt. And then you put every other topping in your jar. So here's Amy putting a larger jar together with a half a cup of oats, using that nice little funnel system that Elizabeth told us about. So we've got a half a cup of oats. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of yogurt. Nice. And then a 1/4 cup of your milk of choice.
Oh, here we go.
So you kind of see how the liquids end up being a half a cup, and then you have a half a cup of oats.
Good.